Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy GamingTrouge here, and welcome back to me pointing up my Naruto games on my beautiful shelf. This is basically kind of a hobby of mine, just saying down some of the best Naruto games, like Clash of Ninjas. Like, come on, this series is bopping, and it didn't just start on the Nintendo Wii. It actually started before the Wii with the GameCube era games, and these games are just so great. But what's to say that Nintendo didn't get just the best Naruto games? I mean, we got 5 great Naruto games on PlayStation 2. Unfortunately, I only have 2 of them at the moment, but I'm going after that collection. Don't you forget it. So, yeah, giant fan of the Naruto series. I kind of wish that most people would play these games or something like Strom 4, you know? Just something that you can actually sit down and embrace. I haven't really talked about the Strom series much. The Naruto Storm era. That's what I'm going to be calling this series from now on, is Naruto Storm. Just because saying Ultimate Ninja alongside the classic Ultimate Ninja series, it's very repetitive and it's starting to sound like I'm talking about Kingdom Hearts with the amount of name calling that this entire Naruto fan blah blah. But besides the point, Naruto Storm was always a series that I've always considered to be the greatest series of them all. Mostly because they didn't know when to stop making the Storm series. Literally, from 2008 all the way up to 2016, they kept on making Naruto Storm games. That's it. They kind of dropped a lot of the other Naruto games at the time. Yes, even the best Clash of Ninja series. But, I mean, what was so special about this series? Well, it was a couple of things. It was the fact that it told the stories of the Naruto era without the filler episodes. Even though in today's case it's kind of a filler episode when it comes into some of the stuff. But besides the point, when it comes down to it, you're getting the best way to tell all these stories. So theoretically speaking, if you get from Storm 1, 2, 3, and then 4, you get all of the Naruto story. That's basically it. That is your ultimate goal right there. You got the entirety of Naruto through video game form. And it's actually, in some ways, better than the anime. But I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here. What I have in my hand is Naruto Storm 3 full burst. This was with all the DLC and stuff included in it. But that is not today's subject, as you guys probably read the title of this video. But because I actually don't own a physical copy of Storm 1, mostly because I bought mine digitally off the Nintendo Switch, and that will be the way I'm going to be playing it. So break out your Nintendo Switches, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to dive into why this series became so popular in the first place. This is Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm.
Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm!
I just said it. Now you're gonna make me sound redundant, Naruto! How does that make you feel, huh? So Naruto got a game on the PS2. Why don't we just put a storm at the end of it and let's call it a day? So like I said before, this is a video game centered around the very first ever Naruto series. Naruto wants to become a Kage, Sasuke wants revenge on Itachi, and Sakura is here because we need a number 3. But even so, how much fun can we get out of the original storyline of Naruto? Well, why don't we find out? So if I may say this, for a Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 title, this game actually looks really good. And I mean really good. The cell shading looks beautiful. And while we're on the topic of the graphics, the music in this series of Naruto games is beautiful and one of my favorite OSTs in video game history. We jump right in and it's wait, what? An open world Naruto game? Right from the first one? Holy crap, dude, that is so awesome! Let's see how far we can... Oh. The map may look very big, but you can literally explore all of it in like under 2 minutes. Don't get me wrong, moving and jumping in this hub world is one of my favorite hub worlds in video games. But that's where the positives end for story mode. Story mode is very weird of how it sets up a story. The other Storm games obviously learned from this game in particular because while then go through one fight to another fight and just try to have like an explorable hub world where you can find different items, they have mini missions that you have to do. This will make sense if it was a Nintendo DS game, but for a console game, I really don't like it when games do this mission structure. Like maybe as a side quest, trying to like do this on the side, but this is how you progress through the game. Some missions can be fun, like you running up a tree or running across trees. And sometimes even with its limited options what you need to do, it could be pretty fun. As a side mode, not a way for me to progress through this game's story. You see, you need a certain amount of points in order to complete the main story of the game. How do you accumulate the points? By doing different types of missions. Oh boy! Mission mode is so like random and so weird and it doesn't know what balancing is. Like Clash of Ninja series, the balancing is all over the place when it comes down to the first types of fights. Like sometimes you will get some easy challenges and then sometimes you'll get some what the heck challenges. While Clash of Ninja feels like you actually accomplished something, in Storm I feels like I haven't done anything. Like after I beat a mission in this mode, it feels like I just didn't do anything, which is weird because the game itself is pretty fun. Rather than being a 2D game like its PS2 counterpart, it's a 3D arena fighter and you can go around charging up your chakra to use it for one special move rather than two, unfortunately. And unfortunately, they did bring back the timing theme from the first game as well. Something that I'm not personally a fan of, but hey, whatever. Although there is a part in the multiplayer where you can set to mash, which that is so much better. Do that, please. But back to the main battle. You can actually use the shoulder buttons to call up some of your buddies to come into the fight, which is very helpful. And when you take enough damage, you can enter a special mode, like Naruto's Ninetales mode. And so the game is fun to play, but the missions itself is what's holding it back. I have to play a game a certain way in order to like finally beat the missions. And that is just not how you do this type of game. That's not how you do this type of game. I'm sorry. I really don't like it when mission modes do this. Some people may be confused of why I like Clash of Ninja so much, even though I complain the same amount as I'm complaining right now. But like I said, it's just about the victory of it. When you figure out how to do something in Clash of Ninja, it feels like you did it. You figured it out. You had to not play the game a certain way, but it felt like it was a challenge rather than you having to tiptoe or having to do a stupid button combination. Although that last part is kind of redundant considering Clash of Ninja 2. But besides the point, when it comes down to this game in particular, it just feels slower and more repetitive than any of the other Naruto games I've played. And even my accomplishments for going through the game's campaign, I get text boxes other than actual cutscenes. Quick disclaimer, you can actually get actual cutscenes, but 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get anything because you're just going to be stuck talking to stupid NPCs for most of the time. So I just wanted to kind of say that. That's where the rage comes to an end. I really don't like story mode in this game, and I feel like 15% going through this game after all the crap I've been through, after all the hours I did put into this game, I think I'm good enough to put it down when it comes to the story mode, because as a multiplayer game, oh heck yes! I've had so much fun playing this game with my friends and family over multiple different weekends. Fights can get very intense and the music is top notch. The only thing I wish is that I had better like map selection, but even so, the maps we got are pretty banging. It's also kind of weird that we got the first and second Hokage as side characters, not main playable characters, although you probably had to unlock it through this very crazy story mode, but I digress. So I paired up the first and second Hokage with Sasuke, because I thought it was kind of funny and ironic. But as it stands, the very first ever Naruto Storm game really is nothing to really go back to nowadays. It's on multiple different collections throughout all the newer generation of consoles, but other than that, there's really no reason to play the first game, as 2 Up basically fixes all the problems that I have. I know that some on my Facebook page probably already knows, but I've been playing Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 3 on my Xbox 360 on my spare time. That game got it right. That game is so much better than the first game. And mind you, I played this game first before I played Storm 3. But as it stands, the newer games just fix what the first game has. And also, the first game doesn't even have online multiplayer, which one would think that they will add online capabilities to with a Switch and Xbox One versions of the game, but I digress. So yeah, if you see this game on sale, which is most likely on sale, I'll say pick it up. It's not the worst Naruto game in existence, but you also are better off playing some other Naruto-based games. So you basically are getting a pretty good game all around. It's not the best Naruto game, and it doesn't even have online play, so you can't even exactly play with other players. It does have local multiplayer though, but so does the other Naruto games. Like, they have local multiplayer too, and they are, in my opinion, a lot better of a game to them. But I still can't deny the Storm series first game, because I got my brother to play with me with this one, and he doesn't even really like playing the Naruto-based games that I've been collecting as much. But, you know, I saw something with the open world of exploring Konoha, and it was definitely opened my Sharingan eyes to see what kind of Naruto game we will get if we were to get an open world hack and slash. That would actually be kind of cool to kind of see a Naruto game take that route. But until then, the Storm series is pretty good, and I'm still going to play through Storm 3 as long as my Xbox doesn't web ring to death, because of all the Xboxes I've have, this heckin' thing keeps dying on me. I need medical help.